There are 5 ways for you to generate cash flow. You have to use your money to buy one of these 5 things. Number 1 is to generate interest cash flow. The way it works is you take your money and now you lend this out to someone else. So you take $1,000, you lend it out to your cousin Bunty. Now your cousin Bunty goes to his favorite store, Gucci probably, and now he's going to go buy himself a new wardrobe and he's going to pay you interest on the $1,000 that he borrowed from you. Number 2 is royalty cash flow. Royalties are when you go out and you write a book, and now if this book gets published and it is kind of being read by a lot of people, now you're going to get royalties every time somebody buys your book. Profit share is now kind of like Shark Tank. You go out and you find a nice company and you give them some of your money. Now this company starts to grow, and every time this company makes a profit and they distribute it to their owners, you get your share of the profit. So if you own 10% of a company and they make $100,000 profit and they distribute this $100,000, you get $10,000 as the profit share distribution. Number 4 is rent. I love talking about real estate investing. This is where you buy a property and every single month a tenant that's living in your property is going to pay you rent for living there. And then number 5 is dividends. This is purely passive. Now you can invest in a company or a fund that is going to pay you cash flow through dividends, usually every quarter. These top 4 are kind of passive. They can be passive, but they require some sort of work. Like with interest, if you want to lend your money out, yeah, you don't have to really do any work after you lend your money out, but it takes a lot of work to find somebody to lend your money out, and you have to qualify them and make sure that you get paid. If you don't get paid, now it's more work on your end. Royalties. If you want to get the royalties from selling a book, you got to write the book first, so it requires work. Profit share. Now, if you want to be a venture capitalist or a shark on Shark Tank like that, it takes a lot of work to analyze the companies, and you got to help them grow, so it requires work. Rental income. Yes, real estate can be a passive investment, but now you got to put in the work to find the property. You got to build a real estate team and you got to do all that work. Dividend cash flow is purely passive. Once you find the right company or the fund that you want to invest in, this money is going to come in and you don't got to do any work, which is why in this video, we're going to be focusing here how you can live a dividend lifestyle, meaning use the cash flow from dividends to fund your life. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I get into that, I need you to do me a quick favor and smash that thumbs up button below. So if you want this cash flow from your investments, this passive income to cover your investments, you got to know what it's going to take. And let's assume, for the sake of this example, that you want $40,000 a year to cover your expenses. $40,000 a year is just over $3,300 a month. So you want to make $3,300 a month in cash flow from your investments. Now we've got to figure out how to do that through dividends. Essentially what you got to do is you got to understand the different types of income there are. So there's active income and then there is passive income. What you're going to do is you go to work every single day. And this is the active income that you're earning. This is your earned income. You go to work, you get a paycheck, you want to take some of this money and you want to put it towards your passive income, towards your passive investments, things that are going to pay you with cash flow. In this case, we're talking about dividends. So every time you get paid, you want to put a little bit of your paycheck, the more the better, towards your passive income. And now in this video, I'm going to be going over how and how much to get this $40,000 a year or $3,300 a month. That way now your dividend income can fund your actual lifestyle. The way dividends work, and I'm going to get more into this in just a minute, but you can take your money and you can invest it into a company like McDonald's. Now, McDonald's is a very established company, and every year they have a whole bunch of profit, a bunch of cash sitting in their bank account. Now, when they have this cash in their bank account, there's 3 things they can do with this cash. They can save some of this cash for emergencies, they can put this cash back into their business so they can grow faster, or they can give this cash back to their investors, people like you. So what they do in this case is they say, well, we have so much cash in our bank account that we have no better use for this cash in our own company, so we're just gonna give it away to our shareholders in the form of a dividend. So every year, or actually 3 times a year, McDonald's sends out a check to all the shareholders, people like you, people who own their stock, and this is what a dividend is. So a dividend in this case is every 3 months you get cash deposited into your bank account because McDonald's has paid you a dividend. It's completely passive. You don't have to do any work to flip burgers or any of that. If you own the right shares, now these companies will pay you with this cash flow. The reason why dividend investing can be so attractive to some people is because you don't need a ton of money to start investing in dividend stocks. Like you can start investing in dividend stocks for as little as $100. You can compare that to investing in real estate, where you're not going to buy a property for $100. So if you want to start investing in dividend stocks, start generating generating this cash flow from dividends, it's a much lower barrier to entry. You can start with $100 a month or whatever money you have, and you can slowly let this compound. And at the same time, if you invest in a strong company, hopefully the stock price will go up. And as the stock price goes up, hopefully the dividends will go up too, because as a company makes more money and their profits grow, they'll be able to send out bigger checks to you. So if you invest in the right companies, you can win in a few different ways because you'll get bigger cash flow every single year. And the value of your stock, your investment, is also going up. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.